recording here. There you go. Okay, welcome back to the next session in Build Scale Done. Let's do the yell again now. Build
Scale
Done.
Done.
So we're going to do some Facebook ads hot seats in this session. That's going to be awesome.
My mic is on.
And so we have some candidates here. We have some competition of people who already have their first sales on Casa 6.2s.
Yeah, Maxim's got 2 sales today.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Okay, so let's make a line here. Form a line, guys. Be nice. And let's see who's first. So who's first?
I'm first.
Okay, go ahead and share your screen. Do you know how?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
All right.
All right, let's check it
All right.
out.
Okay, great.
My class is still.
Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Yep. Oh, nice. Perfect. Oh, nice. 280. That's a good CPA.
So tell me what you guys need to see, and then I'll kind of work it from there.
Well, okay, so Ty is not new to my setup, I can tell, because you have scroll a little bit further to the left, just a little bit, so the amount spent comes out all the way to the right in the rightmost column. A little bit more to the right, and that's too far. So amount spent. Oh yeah, that's fine. Actually, zoom out a little bit. Zoom out like 3 clicks. Control minus. Yeah. Okay, that's pretty good. All right, good. So now we see the budget all the way on the left, and we see from here. Squeeze the column with the ad set name. Grab that on the top left. Yeah, there. No, where that overlap is there. That little overlap. Yeah, drag that a little bit closer. Yeah, there you go. Because they're all just copies of each other, so we don't need to see that. Okay, great. So now we see everything, right? So we see reach. We see impressions. We see click-through rate. Click-through rate is really high. Look at that. But it has a range, right? Between 8.5% and 1.5%. That's huge range. So right there, which one is the best performing ad set out of Lead? Right? Yeah, clearly that one, right? 8.5%. So that's exactly what you mean. It's a perfect illustration of what I mean when I say create contrast by setting up multiple columns. So the same thing. And it shows exactly what happens when some people respond differently among the first responders. Now, this is a really small group of people, right? There's only 82 people. This can absolutely change and over time get closer to the same. Did you launch this today or yesterday?
This was last night around 9 o'clock PST.
Okay, well, so then let's check both days on the date range. Just go for 15, 16. Yeah, it would be nice to have a little bit more juice in there. Okay, so now the CPA is not quite as super anymore, but still, we can still see the one that was the best one in terms of click-through rate is still the best, just under 7% now. Nice. Then there's one with 5%, and it goes as low as 1.7%. So as that is, as click-through rate is higher, you get more link clicks. I'm going to the next column over now. And your cost per link click, your CPC. Actually, let me control your screen real quick there, but I can point. I'm not going to click into that places, but I just want to make sure that, see, there you go. So now I can point a little better. So this here is the best one in terms of click-through rate. This here is also very good. And then this one, these two here are the worst, right? So you get more clicks for the ones with the higher click-through rate. And that means your cost per link click is lowest on the one with the highest click-through rate. And all that is true because the amount spent is pretty much all in sync with each other, right? So they're all spending exactly approximately the same. Right? This is pennies difference here. This is lagging behind a little bit, but they'll catch up as well. And so now, going further, the next really important metric is the ratio here between the link clicks and the view content views, the website content views of view content, right? Because you can see here, so this is slightly under. This is 5 view contents for 7 clicks. This is also slightly under. They're all slightly under except this one here. This one is right up. And then this one is also right up on par with that. So that shows that by and large here the view content are just a little bit under the link clicks. That might mean that your store is a little bit slow to load, or it might mean that your audiences are not that interested in waiting long enough until the website actually loads, okay? So is this going to a Shopify store or is it going somewhere else?
Shopify store.
Okay, so with the Shopify store being that is a Shopify store, it's a little bit suspicious that you have no add to carts, particularly considering that you have a sale here. So that kind of is needs a little bit of investigation here. Why don't you have any cost per any add to carts track there? Okay. For this product, are you running any other ads, or at least the only ads that you're running there currently?
No, this is actually a old site that I was using, so I just resurrected it for the purposes of this.
Of experimenting. Okay, good. So that means you don't have any other sales other than what's coming from this ad here right now, from this campaign. Do you have more than one sale in the store, or is it just that one sale that you're seeing here as well?
Yeah, that's that one sale. So this one sale was a product that I was crushing it with free plus shipping. So I just relaunched it with the cost.
Okay, right. Yeah, all right, good. So we have to see if this, if this comes out here. So as you can see, this had 1 sale, so at $6 now per purchase. These are obviously all, very close. What were the results that you used to be getting when you were crushing it? How much cost per purchase did you have then?
With the free plus ship, I was getting anywhere from $5 to $6, so it's kind of similar.
So that's on par with that. Is it still free plus shipping?
No, I'm doing retail, so it's $20.
Oh, okay. So that might actually come out better if that $6, holds true. Of course, right now you've already have spent $37, but this is how the CASA structure can look worse in the beginning than it comes out later, because the thing is, all of these are really good. So right now, if any of them has a sale at any time right now, it would make that ad set also a really good performing ad set, right? So a lot of these click-through rates here are really good indicators. And at $6 ad spend with a target of $6 conversion is actually really good. I wouldn't turn this off. I wouldn't turn any of these off yet, right? It's just kind of like seeing very early discrepancies here between different performances very early on. And so I would love to look at this again tomorrow, or maybe at the end of the day today or something like that, to give that another look. But right now it looks like everything is fine and nothing yet to distinguish and manage anything about this. But as we went through here, I already told you a little bit about some of these management criteria that I put on here. All right, good. So next person up.
Will the numbers look like this with a runaway killer, or will it look a little differently, or is it too early to tell?
It's too early to tell. In any case, it's too early to tell. I mean, you might have a couple more sales on those this ad spend level on the other ad sets. You might even have a second sale on one yet, but it's really early to tell.
Gotcha.
All right, awesome. So let's go ahead and unshare this screen. Give up remote control. And who's next?
I can go next. Next, Lakshman.
Okay, Lakshman, go ahead. So I think, Ty, if you unshare your screen.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to unshare it. I got it.
Yeah, okay, great. All right.
Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, this is the Bookman account. Okay, good.
Yeah,
right.
Just refreshing to get there.
All right. All right, great. So there are 2 purchases here. So walk us through to the campaigns real quick. How did you set them up, and what's the Casa 6.2 structure about them, or what is the actual structure on it?
Yeah. So the second one I did set up yesterday. It's running since yesterday. So it has like two different audiences, 6 ad sets, and then 2 ads within each ad set. This one I don't know why it has only one, but normally they have like 2 ad sets.
Okay.
2 ad sets in the one.
Okay.
So this is running since yesterday.
Okay. Very cool. I'm gonna try to control your screen too, so I can click around.
Okay.
Oh.
It's running since.
Great.
Yeah, this is all closely related to the baby and maternity stuff.
Right. Okay, great. So this is one Casa campaign here right now. We see the 6 ad sets. Well, did you said that there are different audiences in there? How are they? How can you distinguish them in the ad sets?
I can't distinguish them in the ad set. I have to really go into them and find.
Okay. Well, if you
odd
use
and even,
right.
and even, yeah, the
If
odd
you
numbers
use
are
the
all
naming
having.
scheme that I suggested, then it should actually bring the audience criteria into the name here. But okay, that is what it is. It would be nice to have them named differently. So anyway, so what do we see? We have about the same reach, a little bit less reach than what we saw in Ty's campaign. We have a little bit less total ad spend yet. We have a sale that happened here at $13.50. No, that's a CPM.
Button.
That's the. Yeah, so the sale actually happened at $3.77. Look at that. So that is the amount spent in this particular ad set. So this shows you the potential, right? So you could have an early adopter sale on this for as low as that. So we'll be watching this for accumulating another 4 to 5 sales here, so that we can do some cool stuff with it. Here you have a few things: post comments and post reactions. That's good. Content views, you have a good amount of content views. Let's look for the link clicks. Looks like you have them reporting back here. All right, so you set it up so that you have the cost kind of together. Purchase ROAS is really high on this one, but of course the average is low. But again, if you had another sale on any of the other ones, then it would be really great and a great sign. So it's very early on to test, to tell what the differences are. Here's a clear difference visible right here, again, in the cost per link click. In this particular ad set are very few clickers, and also in this one compared to this one here. A lot of clicks coming from this one. So very high click-through rate. But you can see here, so the click-through rate buy-in in itself doesn't mean much, right? Ty's click-through rate was up to 7%, and his kind of like low-performing click-through rates were in the ballpark of 1.7%. Click-through rate. So that's where yours kind of start, right? And you're high performing.
I think that was a different column, right? So this is a link click-through rate. This is, and I think in the Ty's it was like
was it click-through rate all on Ty's? I think it was. I thought it was link click-through rate. Really?
It was all.
Oh, okay. Then I misread that. But in any case, there's a wider spread between the good click-through rate and the worst one. Yeah. But anyways, it translates into big differences in the cost per link click. So if that stays like that, I would take these 2 ad sets out pretty soon. Not after $3. Too much can change. But once you have 1,000 impressions for each post here, for each ad set, I should say. You can definitely tell a little bit more clearly what the cost averages are going to be here.
The CPM is also high on the bottom 3. So on the bottom, from the bottom second one, there is no clicks, right? So should I kill it?
No, don't kill anything at $3.
Okay.
No. It's going to be fine. Yeah, but yeah, you're right. I mean, so the bottom three. So is this a different audience than the top three? That might be an early indicator that this audience as a whole isn't as good as this.
Could you explain the ad set name? Please, I want to see the odds and even numbers. The even numbers has one, and the odd numbers are different. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, not exactly.
No, not exactly. Yeah.
2 to 1.
Yeah.
But this is good. So that, all right. So I didn't really say that yesterday, but this is really the purpose of using two audiences if you want to use two audiences. So if you insist that you want to test different audiences in a CASA 6.2, then use two different audiences and 3 copies each, because that might convince you that even there you may have leaning couple of ad sets of one audience are performing better and one ad set of the other audience is performing better, but then 2 ad sets of the other audience are performing worse and 1 ad set of the first audience is performing worse. So even with that, it's kind of like not really a very, very solid decision. But again, I mean, we're super early on in the overall ad spend here.
So how much should we be spending before killing it?
Well, I mean, really, anything that is a significant result is, I would let it go to 1,000 impressions for each ad set.
Okay.
And then you can, if you see huge differences there in the early results, then you can start killing some of the really bad ones. If you still have, $3 clicks here on some of them, and some of them still have 50-cent clicks, then you can, kill the more expensive ones.
Okay.
I was going to see if you have anything else to look at here in the campaigns.
Yeah, so there was one campaign. I felt like it was performing worse, and then I stopped it. So the last one, last one in the list.
Yeah, that one was performing worse.
I just stopped it. Yeah, I started it like at 12 a.m. Last night, and then I killed it just now.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, killing something at $15 total ad spend and it has 6 ad sets in it is still very, very soon. You don't give it much chance here. 100 reach on each ad set is not really enough for this to be any amount of accuracy. I mean, these numbers are all going to come down by the time Facebook can really make a clear determination for how much is the CPM. Even the CPM on the first 1,000 people is, an estimate that what Facebook is going to give you here. So this year is totally an estimate because there's not even 1,000 people there. So it's just like whatever that is, divided by the amount spent. And that's going to be interesting here. It could be, so a lot of times it happens that you actually see results after you turn things off. That's going to be an interesting test to see if that might happen here. So we have a different product, obviously, here. And this is very early to turn things off.
Same audience and 2 different products.
Oh, okay. All right. Good.
Mm-hmm. So I'll turn this on again.
No. Don't turn it on again. Just leave it as it is for now. Okay, good. Do we have anybody else in line?
Amen.
Yes, Vlad. So thanks a lot for sharing, Laxman.
Yeah.
Keep us posted on that later on, so we can see if how they move on. All right. So Laxman, please unshare. There you go. And Vlad share.
Chef next.
Chef is next. Okay, that's good. Oh, Pranav also. Okay, good. So are you able to share, Vlad?
Yep, I'm doing it right now.
Okay. Yes. Okay, awesome. Okay, hit Control minus a couple times.
Control minus.
Are you on a Mac? No, you're on a PC. So Control, yeah, a couple more.
Good.
Yeah. Whoa, that's a little small. Hit Control plus once. Yeah. Okay, that's good. I like that. Oh, okay. So that's in pending review. How come that has gone to pending review?
I had something changed about an hour ago, so it stopped everything. I didn't realize it was going to change all my campaigns. I actually just changed the name, and for some reason it went into pending review. I don't know why.
Yeah, just changing the name should normally not trigger pending review. Can you refresh Ads Manager real quick? See if it updates. What type of post are you using here? Is this a photo post or
video? This is video off a product that I've been already selling. I don't know why it's pending review. This just like literally like 20 minutes ago.
Okay. Well, that's fine. So let's select yesterday and today in the date range.
Hold on a second.
Okay, so look at this. This is funny. You're again, we're looking at a very early stage campaign. Your reach for each ad set is rather on the low side, but your overall ad spend is already quite a bit higher than in the previous campaigns that we looked at. Right? This is not many more impressions than what Lexman had, but you have already more than double. Actually, it's more than double the cost per the CPM, but the absolute amount spent, well, yeah, it's a little bit higher too, right? It was about 37 at Lexman's. Okay, so it's okay. It's about the same. But so now the cool thing here is that one of these ad sets is really taking off in a major way. Already has 2 website purchases for only $375 each. So the amount spent of $750 turns into revenue of $35 almost. And that's on the budget. It seems like something is a little stuck there with your ads manager. It seems like, but that's fine. So we're not getting any results there right now for the ROAS. There you go, 4.6. There it is. All right, good. So 4.6 ROAS for this. Ideally, what is your break-even point on this product?
My break even is like 1.6 or something like that.
1.6 on a ROAS. Okay, so overall you're not breaking even yet, but you have way low amount spent still for each of the ad sets. So we need to take a closer look at that a little bit later.
Can I just so I have on another ad account the same product running at a CPM of like $15.
Yeah.
I did yesterday's CASA method, CASA 6.2. I have all of these 6 ad sets all running identical interests. Mm-hmm. Is it possible that because my other campaign, and I know you probably have to see it, but so my other campaign is based on different interests per ad set, flexed with a more targeted audience, I guess, if you will. This particular method I used was exactly what we had discussed yesterday. I gathered all the interest in my niche and ran the same audience 6 times with 2 ads to each ad set. But as you can see, my CPM is almost 3 times higher than what it is on my ad account.
That's interesting. That could have different reasons. So number one, are you sharing the other ad account's pixel, or are you using 2 pixels and firing them both?
These are 2 separate websites, 2 separate accounts, just the same product.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so it's two different stores.
Two completely different stores, yes.
Are they promoted are they using the same Facebook page to advertise the product?
No, I run different pages for everything.
Okay, so basically everything is different except the targeting is
this is a completely separate business from the other business, technically speaking.
Interesting. So that could have multiple different reasons. You said you have this running for longer on the other account?
Yeah, the other accounts actually, this particular product is very successful. We have over 1,000 units sold. The reason I picked this product for this particular case is I can't seem to turn a profit. I'm spending almost as much in ad spend as I am getting back in revenue. And like I wanted to kind of run this, and the results for me are just showing me like, you know, it's funny, two separate accounts, two separate businesses, and legitimately completely two separate metrics to look at.
Yeah, that is definitely an interesting case. So the first thing I would want to see is if those CPMs are going to come down once you have up to at least 1,000 reach for each ad set. I would want to look at that again. And other than that, is the optimization the same for the campaigns?
Yeah, they're all objective wise, you mean?
Yeah, I mean, are the campaigns optimized for the same criteria? Yeah, so it's campaign objective would have to be the same, and also the same event selected, but it's on different pixels, right? You said so.
Yes.
Even if it's the same event, it's not the same pixel. So this might be a great illustration for how much harder it is to break into the same product if you're just launching it on a separate ad account as a separate business. You know, this is basically the situation that anyone faces who does research and comes up with your product, finds your product that you're successfully promoting in the other account, and now you're relaunching it again in a separate business, completely separate. Right, so that's essentially, it's very similar to what anybody faces who is trying to jump on a bandwagon of something that's already selling and working well. So it's going to be interesting to analyze that, you know, in detail. It could be that just the conversion rate is different on the store, and therefore, I mean, it can't be. The interesting thing is it can't be an audience overlap problem, right? Because that doesn't exist between different Facebook accounts.
Right.
And Facebook, if it's completely separate and completely apart from each other, you can't have any competition. I mean, you have actual competition, but you don't have an overlap problem. It's interesting. Well, so I mean, what overall average ROAS are you getting in the other account on this product right now?
On the other account, like a little, I don't know, maybe 1.75. Like I'm barely.
So it's about breaking.
Yeah, but like I have so much data and I've collected so much. You know, like that's where my struggle is really identifying what do I do with where I'm at now. I do have a lot of sales. I do have a lot of video views. I do have a lot of engagement.
Right.
How do I monetize all this data that I've been collecting for months now?
Yeah. Right. Okay, so it's really about kind of honing in on what's going on in the other account and doing something there to improve it. Have you tried creating a custom conversion for that product?
No.
Okay, so you can try that. That might be a good way to go. But also, as far as the data is concerned, what I would do, if you have a lot more data than what we're looking at here right now in the other account, what I would do is I would go to the breakdowns and see where the buyer segments are, and then what I would try to do here is I would try to identify the sweet spots of the buyer segments, and go to larger audiences, but narrow the demographics of the audience down a little bit. So I wouldn't just go for like something that is exactly where all the buyers are. I would make it a little bit broader than that demographically. But then I would go back to interests and expand the interests to where you target more people in a smaller group that is more demographically honed in. You know what I mean by that?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so it's a little bit of what the lookalike audiences would also do. Have you tried running lookalike audiences in the other account?
That's pretty much all my campaigns in the last month or so.
Okay,
Yeah.
and have you gone to the larger percentages of lookalike audiences or just the 1%?
Yeah, I typically do 1 through 10, and like I finally been utilizing my Trackified account, so now I'm even expanding even further out. So.
The 20, 15. Okay, yeah. So probably need to go back to interest-based to refresh something there a little bit. What you can do also that helps a lot sometimes is building new lookalike audiences based on shorter time frames. You know, like, I don't know, usually people build their lookalike audiences based on 180-day base audiences. So you kind of go back there and build new custom audiences based on maybe 30-day data or 60-day data, depending on how much you have, and then build new lookalike audiences based on those. That can help as well.
Yeah. Can I jump in here too, Thomas, real quick?
Yeah.
Also, I don't know, it worked for me. I don't know why it worked for me, and I don't know if it's different from what it is, but I did, you can take your all the emails, a customer export list, and you can create a custom audience based on the exported list and do a lookalike based on that too. And it did pretty well for me. Also, are you doing different products to these? I mean, because you got a lot of data now, so you can do like complementary products, like different types of test different products.
I'm actually on 2 products right now, like that, my 2 winning products, if you will, that have been selling, and I did the import of the data, and like everything you guys are talking about, I did, and it's just like the more, like even this course in the last 2 days, I'm starting to identify. I think I really need to concentrate more on the upsells and the cross sells and complementary products and increase average order. Like I really think I need to focus more on that, because this course kind of solidified what I'm doing is the appropriate steps. And, you know, like I'm definitely going to implement the CASA 6.2 because it makes a lot more sense. This just kind of threw me off, knowing my other business has a very different metrics, you know, but also it is too soon. I only have a reach of 100 on each, so it's really nothing for me to go by right now. So
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's often a good solution when you have kind of a product that works marginally well to increase the back end and do some email campaigns to remarket stuff to the existing buyers and the existing people that you have on your list. But also, I would also probably encourage you to do some more product testing. I mean, if you can have one product there that's good, if you look for some related products that would appeal to the same niche, it's quite possible that your data will do better on those products than necessary, you know, keep pushing the same product.
Okay. Cool.
All right, awesome. Great. Thanks for sharing, Vlad. Let's go to
Thank you.
Sorry, I forgot the name now. Pranav. Sorry.
Yeah, we've got Pranav. Yep.
Yes. Okay, so let's do Pranav. Then we'll take a lunch break after Pranav. And if you guys like this format, we can do some more of that some other time.
Can you see the screen?
Yeah, we can. What kind of what
I'd like to show the other account.
What kind of currency is that?
And that's rupees, Indian rupees.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so 650 rupees is about $10?
$10, yeah.
Okay, good. So that gives us kind of the an idea. So
yeah, we have 3 products here. Now, the 6 ad sets.
Okay.
3 products with each.
Oh, okay. So you put 3 ads into each ad set.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, good. Nice. Okay, hang on a second. Let's look at this for just a minute here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This is interesting. Go back to, well, select all of them here. Select all. Well, no, not all of them. Only the campaigns are relevant to what we're looking at. So the job titles, right? Yeah. So just select the first one. Yeah, just select that one and all ad sets, and now click on the ads column. Select all ad sets and click to the ads column on the ads tab. And try to control request control. Yeah, that's what I want it to be. Okay. So I wanted to point out that in the early stages, there's no relevance score yet. You see this here?
Yeah.
Relevance score is not available yet. That comes in usually at about 500 reach or 500 impressions. Okay. So that's going to be also an interesting aspect of which might be the more engaging ad set. Relevance score is a little bit of a rough gauge because it has 10 steps, but only really 2 of them are useful or significant, and that can sometimes even be off. So let's go back here. Let's see what we see here. Okay, so it's about the same reach. We have some link clicks on some. So let's try to get a feel for the cost. Yeah, so your click-through rate all is pretty low, and your CPC all is relatively high. This here is in the ballpark of $12 or so, or almost $20, right?
15 to 20, yeah.
15 to 20, right? So 15 to 20, and the cost per link click is about
that's $2.50.
$2.50. So that's a little high. That's quite high. Yeah, your link click-through rate is really low. We kind of see that a lot with print-on-demand, relatively simple T-shirt designs. I don't know that you're going to be able to get enough engagement on those. So these basically now show on that level that there may not be enough engagement here to make them work really well. Do you have view Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I have PPE running along with them, and I got like over 100 shares for a post.
I see. Okay, that's interesting. Are the PPE campaigns showing any results on the other columns? Are they clicking at all?
Like now on the PPE, they're clicking it. I mean, most of them aren't clicking.
Right. Okay. So let's see here. Do you have a view content column somewhere? I just wanted to see if for these few view link clicks, if there are any view contents at all. Looks like you don't have a view content.
I guess we'll have to add, I guess.
Yeah, that's fine. You can look at that in a bit. So it looks to me that okay. So if these are purchase optimized ad sets, right? And you have the other one also. You have the other one, the PPE. You have them running as well, but these are purchase optimized, correct?
These are view content optimized.
Oh, so the view content optimized. But in that case, I would want to see the view content column real quick. Okay. Okay, not bad. So actually your your content views look like they're slightly better than the clicks, right? You have 15 altogether there. Where are your clicks again? Link clicks, 10. Okay, so 10 link clicks and 15 content views. Yeah, okay. So, all right, that's not bad. Let's just duplicate the whole thing and relaunch it again as purchase optimized. And let's see how the numbers there come through. Just do exactly the same as you've done here, but just optimize them for purchase. And don't do anything to this one. Just keep this one running as well.
All right.
All right.
Hi, Thomas. It's Chef.
That's my prescription for this one. Hi, Jeff. What's up?
Chef, you missed us. Can we share our screen?
Well, yes. I have a hard out here at 1 o'clock.
Okay.
So we may be able to put that into a later session, your reviews. Leilani is kind of standing online, and Chef is also there. But
Okay,
yeah,
so
we'll have to do that in the later session.
yeah, let's do that. We've got another. We'll have another Q&A with Thomas in lastly today after our optimizing today, right?
Yeah.
It's at 5 p.m.
Yeah. Right. Don't no worries. We have more stuff.
So Chef.
So hang on just a second. Let me get my screen share. Don't worry about it. We'll get to everyone.
Great. Thanks.
Okay. So let's close this hot seat session. Thanks so much for sharing. I think it's really very special that you were all willing to share your campaigns and let us take a look at it so we can all learn from each other and from each other's campaigns. That's really good. That's great. I appreciate that. So thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next session.